Hi guys, it's Jamie here with day 13 of the Junk Journal July Challenge. If you've been following this video series, you'll know that I'm doing them more as an art journal, or attempting to. It should be going on this page. I'm actually going to put it on this page because I like this paper, and today's prompt is morning. Everyone who has followed any of my videos knows that my morning starts with not just one cup of coffee, but umpteen. However, I do not trust my drawing skills at all. So what I'm going to do is use this paper napkin and that piece of scrap paper and glue them together to create, so you can just separate these out, a stencil of a cup. And then once I've got that stencil, I can use it in other ways. Cheats art again. How to cheat. I am merely going to stick this down, let it dry. Sorry about that noise, that was just me grabbing my glue spreadery thing, which really should be a pastry brush, but that was a handy tip I got from another YouTube channel. I'll use these. Just want to push that onto there gently because it is a napkin and it will rip easily. Leave that to dry. Be back, and I will come back. Actually, I won't come back when I'm cutting it out. You know how to cut out a cup, surely. I will come back when it's cut out and is a stencil, and then we will go from there. Here's the little teacup, or in this case coffee cup, cut out, and this is a piece of Amazon packaging, and I thought to make a stencil it should be a bit thicker than this, so that when you lay it on other papers it's easier to hold into place, draw around. I'm probably going to attempt to put a handle on this. We will see how it looks when I've attempted that. A handle would go like that, and then like that. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. And now it's just more cutting. Back in a second. If you are a confident artiste, you do not have to go through all those stages to get to a coffee cup. You could either make your own stencil from a doodle, or you could just draw straight onto scrap papers to create different coloured coffee cups. This will become apparent in a second. Yesterday I did a video on a scrap busting challenge that Melina Pylant had put on her channel, and that's in my playlist, to get rid of some of this big box of scraps, and it didn't really go down that much. Therefore, to create lots and lots of coffee cups, because I don't just have one cup of coffee in the morning, I have several, I am going to find some scraps in here that aren't already potentially journaling cards, so that shouldn't even be in there, and cut out some multicoloured, well, draw around and then cut out some multicoloured potential coffee cups. Obviously I'm looking for certain size scraps to be able to do that. That's a huge one. I just really want to get these down. There is just endless bits of paper, and not many papers of different colours, admittedly. Some of these are going to be too small. There's just endless things in here, bits of white paper, bits of card. It's become a throw all. I am going to root through here, hopefully find some big enough scraps that are interesting and different, like this one, and draw around these cups and cut those out and come back to you. Oh look, I found loads of interesting bits now when that's done. Now, something I notice is obviously you see no depth in that cup, and I was thinking I must draw round them and create those lines, but I'm probably going to do that. Oh, and you now have stencils you can keep for other projects, but I probably will do that after it's all glued in, because they are going to all sort of stack on top of each other following this rose line. I may even have cut too many, like they're all about to topple over and they're all inside each other. I really think I should get some of this art glitter glue because it has even thinner spouts. Therefore, because I don't have an ability to do a thin line, I will get my little brush out again, noisily, and brush the glue over that handle, hoping it hasn't gone too much to the other side, and then start to, can even come off the page because we can trim the page up. How is everyone doing today? I'm boiling hot. I do have the fan on again. Sorry if that's a bit noisy for you. It was 30 degrees yesterday. Sorry, Americans, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's about, I think that's about 90 in Fahrenheit maybe, which for the UK is remarkably hot. That's more what we go away to Spain and Greece and Cyprus for on holidays to get that kind of heat. We don't expect it in our own country. I've got handles going different ways, so a handle wouldn't actually be inside the top, it would have to sit outside the rim, so that's a consideration. When these are all down and dried, I will come back and we will look at this idea of creating some line work on the cups to give that idea of the 3D. I've just had one of those thoughts that you often do when you start to put a piece of art together, that you would not see the base of every cup because they're sitting inside each other. And I was thinking, how do I fix that? Because they're all different patterns. Luckily, I think I've got still enough papers. So I cut off the top part of that coffee cup, because that would be the bit of the coffee cup that you would see on each level. And I'm going to take the original paper again and recut the shape to this size. So let me just demonstrate. This top one doesn't matter because it's going off the page anyway. If I just trace around this, try to line it up and re-glue it. This one needs a little bit more of a trim in because I didn't follow exactly the pattern, but it just needs to come around a bit, and then do that. You're getting more of the effect of the cup sitting inside the other cup. I will put that down so you can see what I mean. So at the moment it's like this, and then if I do this bit, I'm gonna have to pick up that brush noisily again, sorry. It's sitting in a glass jar. I'm sure you've managed to work that out, and therefore every time I put it in and out it makes a racket. And then just line it up as much as possible with the original. Oops, bit of glue there, it's a bit of a shame. Get that off, come on. And then pat it down. It's not 100% lined up, but I'm going to outline some black anyway around. And now I think it looks more like the coffee cup is sitting inside another coffee cup. I've got to find the stripe blue. Each colorway I have to do all the way up to the purple stripe. Nothing is ever as simple as it looks. What I've now also discovered is that you have to cut the shape down to allow for this sitting inside each other. Otherwise, you're going to end up with the same problem. So I've had to take that original shape, cut it down once to allow for them sitting inside each other, and then when I glue one on top of the other, I have to be really careful not to create the same problem. I've had to cut this edge and this edge to get that sitting inside each other effect. As you can see, they are now looking like they stuck inside each other. There's still something wrong with this one. I need to do, this one's too low, isn't it? This one needs to come up higher. I did this one wrong. So there's me all confident. As you can see, they're all now stucking inside each other, and one of them is wrong. Let's fix that one. I mean, that's going over the handle, which it wouldn't happen. So I need to take a bit off this one. So you are seeing something that I've been doing off camera now, which is following the line and just bringing it a bit lower. If the handle is, obviously would not sit inside the cup when they're stacked. I have been fiddling on a bit. I was thinking, quick project for once. Simple idea, quick project. Not too, that will just about do it. Not too complex. Not me trying to play with paints and get the right colours, and it's proved not to be as quick as Sorry about that noise, as I imagined. I am definitely going to leave this to dry and grab a coffee, funnily enough. I'm going to start, this is basically dried, with a standard writing gel pen and look at where using, ooh, of course I've lost it now, using the original picture, there's one there as well. I'm going to look at how these cups should lie and just create some edges initially. Might even go for some shading. And as you can see, I'm using a scribbling technique. I'm not trying to do particularly thin lines or accurate lines. It is a scribbling technique because that is quicker. There's one reason. And I think if you try to go for perfect and it then doesn't work out, you're not going to love it, and then, you know, all sorts of other problems will occur. Whereas if you just go for a scribble effect, you're saving yourself a lot of grief. I probably shouldn't have done that one, because you wouldn't see the bottom of the cup, would you? That was dumb. That's going to need another piece of paper to go over it. I will remember that going down here. I nearly did it again. Having just done it, I nearly did it again. I'm going to need to put another little tiny strip of paper over that error. I'm just looking to see where that one is. Right. Now I've managed to cover it. Now I've managed to go over that edge, of course. Hold on. Luckily it's not all glued down, so I can just maybe trim it in place. There. Oh, a bit messy this bit. Right. Finally, move on from that slight disaster. I was thinking you could just sort of do this to give it a bit of something at these obvious type depthy bits where you want to create an impression of cups sitting inside cups. You could, I don't know, they could probably do with slightly stronger lines. Maybe that's just me. I think they're quite childish cups, so we're not going for a very delicate look. They're whimsical and fun. We can get away with stronger scribbles to really make them stand out. And then I will just trim that where it's going over the edge so we can get a better look at it. Oops. Try not to trim the whole page. I do want to do more because I always want to do more. I'm going to be back with one other idea. There are always coffee rings around my house, not on the furniture, don't worry, but on bits of paper or coasters and things. I'm just wondering if that will give me a coffee ring. It does, doesn't it? Slightly smudgy one, but it does give me a coffee ring, because the other option is to mix up a bit of brown paint, but that would be an effort, whereas that, I don't want them going all the way up, and actually they're a bit symmetrical anyway, so I might just flick a bit of coffee over that just to give it a real stainy effect. And then I think honestly that is the prompt morning finished. Before I go, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all the nice things, share it, help me, you know, fight the YouTube algorithm and get up amongst other creators. Your watch time is actually incredibly important as well, although if you've watched all the way to the end and hear this message, that's awesome. I'm seeing that my average watch time is 3 minutes. Most of my videos are 15 to 30. So that is actually playing against me. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I will be back with another video Obviously I've still got more to do in this series, but I am also now trying to bring in more crafting videos and happy planner videos. So there's 1 to 2 posts or video posts every single day.